Mother speaks. I am Great Mother, Holy Spirit, Yin, Divine Mother, Cosmic Womb, Deep Space, the Moon, Dark Matter, the Void, the Black Hole, Atar.
How is mama drama trauma different from other traumas? Trauma is a soul disassociation caused by an extreme experience of abandonment and/or abuse. The resulting trauma is perceived as an ever-present pain body triggered by external stimuli such as a memory, a person, or situation. As these activating factors are unavoidable, traumatized individuals self-medicate through addictions to chemical and mind-altering substances in an attempt to silence the stimuli and avoid the pain. MDT is different from other traumatic disorders because it is the mother of all trauma. For more information about Mama Drama Trauma, visit mamadramatrauma.info.
Welcome, Virgo Libra Moon people, to your March New Moon Great Mother Speaks reading. Great Mother is the Holy Spirit, that still small voice, that intuitive unction that we have, that we know what we know, what we know. We read her energies from our soul, that unique spark from the Great Mother Father God. We are divine children of the Great Mother Father God, and the Great Mother Speaks Oracle deck is based on the yin yang symbology, as well as lunar cycle phases and God Goddess archetypes that are expressed through various chakras that they represent. These chakras, these energy wheels that work in conjunction with the astrological wheel that marks our soul lifetime as it is expressed in our ego body. This ego body operates on the Western astrology. So your Western sign in Libra is what most of you have tuned into this reading, and your soul sidereal sign, which looks at the Mahadasha, your entire soul agenda for this lifetime, is in a Virgo. That energy is now 5th and 6th house energy with regard to the Aquarius new moon energy in the sidereal and the Pisces Aries energy in the Western astrology. When we talk about the ego here, we're talking about our biography. So if you were to write your book of your life, the biography that you'd write is what we refer to here as the ego. It's not necessarily a psychological activated thing in the sense of having qualities that are less than divine. All of who we are and what we are is divine. What we are doing with Great Mother energy, the Holy Spirit, is becoming more aware of that divinity. So let's see what Great Mother is speaking into your life as you develop your game plan moving forward. Of course, new moon readings are about becoming still in order to observe the signs and the symbols of Great Mother and knowing what good seed to plant for this lunar cycle. Not to tell you what to do, and certainly not to tell you how to do your life, but to help reveal and help you recognize how your life is unfolding at this time. Maybe a little preventative medicine in there as well to help you enjoy your birthright of health, happiness, and wholeness. I'm going to tune in here for just a minute and see what Great Mother has. It's kind of a headline, a through line for you for this new moon. Sixth, seventh house energy for you. Sixth, seventh house energy for you with this new moon. Okay, so when we tune into Great Mother with this spread, those of you who are here often know that this is a quite elaborate spread for what we usually do, kind of rearing up for your second quarter readings. Okay. The headline would be, "Stop fighting yourself. Embrace yourself. I already do." Virgo, Libra, Moon people. There's no need to resist. Virgo, Libra, Moon people. Stop fighting yourself. Stop resisting yourself. Love you because I already do. That's what I'm getting coming through for you. That might be hard to see with such intense action in your sixth house right now. Maybe you're preoccupied with healthcare concerns for yourself or for someone else. Maybe you're preoccupied with your daily life in such a way that it's been set up so organized and so that there's a routine that you can't really see anything outside of that. We sometimes forget that when we finally get our lives, quote unquote, together, that even though it's running smoothly in many regards, it does still take a lot of energy to sustain the thought forms that construct that lifestyle. And since we have Aries on the cusp here with seventh house energies, this would indicate that this is also involving your personal and professional relationships, the mutuality, the reciprocity of relationship in your life right now. So let's see, kind of, this has been a challenge for you. This has been a challenge. Your daily life and having the reciprocity that you need to sustain your daily life has been a challenge for you. This is something that you recognize. This is something that you know, and has been making you feel like you're not living up to all that you can do, all that you can be. Maybe you feel criticized. Maybe you feel like someone in your professional or personal life is not happy with you at this particular time. And you have reacted to that by expressing yourself in unconditional ways. You've reacted to that by taking time out for yourself in ways that may be considered selfish or that you consider daring and off the grid, not your usual. You've been either rewarding yourself or allowing yourself a break from some of this criticism. This is what you've been kind of building up to, and the equinox is going to be an opportunity for you to really kind of divert from this energy in a new productive way with this preventative medicine that Great Mother is offering you, because on a soul level, you are intuiting from this Virgo energy that you have seen the truth about this person criticizing you, or a culmination of events or circumstances that you've created to create this organization or this order in your life, and now it's kind of working against you, and so you see that. You see that it's not serving its purpose anymore, and it's not going to derail you. You're continuing on your path. You know that you need to continue on your path, but you're scared because you've had this support. You've had this reciprocal relationship, and even though it's not living up to the deal, at this particular time anymore, it's hard to let it go. It's hard to let it go. It's hard to let it go. But you are ready to make a decision. You just know that when you do it, it's going to probably unground you in ways that you haven't expected. And you're not really down for that. You're not really down for that. And as a result, you may be internalizing this criticism that the person is saying, well, why are you doing this now? I thought we were supposed to be doing this, or we're going to be doing this now. You ain't doing nothing else, so you might as well come along, or, whatever the origin or the impetus for the conflict is. Maybe you want to pay more attention to your health, and, it's requiring you to share less of what you would normally share, because now you have to re-educate yourself about your health. You need to go to new healthcare practitioners to learn new things about your health, and it's taken away from that structure. It's taken away from that order that you've grown used to. But on an intuitive level, your soul, that Libra and that Aquarius new moon is like, hey, I'm all for the people and whatnot, but I'm all for my unique expression as well. And this is not working. This is not working for me. And it's time for me to continue on my yellow brick road. But it's scary. It's really, really scary. It's really, really scary. It's really, really scary. So what I'm going to do is just kind of wow out. Maybe they'll just get so tired of me, they'll just leave me alone. How sometimes in relationships you see people who are ready to release the relationship, but instead of doing that, they just start acting a fool, hoping that the person will just break up with them. It's kind of that energy going on, personally or professionally. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. What did Great Mother say? She said, stop criticizing yourself. Stop judging yourself. Stop being so hard on yourself. Because I love you. There's no, need for you to, feel like, you have to create some smoke and mirrors. You're worthy of whatever it is that you need, Libra, Scorpio, Moon people. You're worthy of that. And Great Mother is telling you that her love for you is not going to change. Stop being so hard on yourself. Okay, so what? It's not working anymore. Don't be so attached to the structure to where, it becomes an idol to worship. Don't idolize the structure. You create another structure. Just realize that the one that you have right now isn't working. Be it an actual relationship, being an actual job, being a service that you give to others. Maybe for whatever reason, the cost of the materials have gone up so much. Yeah, you love your clients, but hey, I've been thinking about doing something else for a while anyway, and I love y'all, but I got to go, And you would be so surprised how people will just be like, I was wondering when you were going to say something. I saw in the newspaper where that material that you use went up 200%. And you never did increase the prices. And I know I couldn't afford it if you did. And I was hoping you'd find something else to do. We forget that. Great Mother's love is inundating. It's overwhelming. It's everywhere if we allow it. And so just allow it and just let go of this. You think that you don't have it together just because of this little structure situation or whatever. And the relationship, that might be painful because it could be a long-term relationship. It could actually be a business partnership, Libra, Scorpio, Moon people. So this is definitely not Great Mother coming through to minimize any of it. Remember, Great Mother, Father, God, they always see us from the perspective of our divinity. They know us from our soul selves. That's why we go to the trouble to look at this sidereal, this Vedic astrology. That's how they see us. The majority of you are Libra in the sidereal and the Vedic. Double check the links below because you might also be Libra in your sidereal. So you want to see what video resonates with you most. The Libra or the Virgo moon sign reading. But that's how they see it. They don't see us as weak, not being able to handle something, or victims or anything like that. You know, that's why we have so many angels, guides, and ancestors and stuff, reminding us while we're in this world of illusion of who we are. They ain't forgot. We might have came down here and forgot, but they ain't forgot. But still, that's the whole purpose, for us to come down here and have a sensory experience to test our evolutionary status. Our birth chart is a snapshot of our soul's evolution at the time of its incarnation. And it is a blueprint of the experiences we are to have through the wheels of life to evolve our souls to what the soul wants to learn. And right now, your soul is taking up classes in your 6th and 7th houses. And so, yeah, it might be making you say, oh my goodness, am I handling this right? Maybe they are right. Maybe they are, right to say that, I'm messing up and I should be doing this or I should be doing that. Byron Katie, Google BYRON KATIE, the work of Byron Katie. That's what it is, called The Work. 4 questions. Whenever those criticisms or judgments come up from yourself, all judgment begins with the self. That's one of the first things you learn about the work with Byron Katie. Or someone else. Fear thoughts, doubts, judgments, criticism, any pain thought. Okay, and so the ego body is often associated with the pain body because we're not taught that we are more than our ego. We are more than our biography. Who you describe yourself to be on the back of your book of life is just one life that your soul has had. And that's great. This is great and everything. And we're living in real time and we're in now moment and everything, but don't get it twisted. Your soul has many skulls in the ground. Okay? So, let's kind of get it in perspective, because you need to let go of this rage. You're mad about this situation and you're just attached to it. Now, it's one thing to say just let go, and it's another thing to come from a great mother perspective and say, stop judging yourself. Stop being so hard on yourself. And love yourself. I already do. This is the scene in The Wizard of Oz when Miss Gulch comes to take Toto, who symbolizes Dorothy's intuition in the Great Mother Speaks Oracle deck. And she's not having it. Look at Aunt Em and Uncle Henry, completely powerless to defend her. Why? Because that was their soul contract. We all have soul contracts. When people are being critical, they don't defend us. They don't stand up for us. There's a reason for that. Doesn't mean they don't love us. Root chakra, waxing gibbous moon card, refining, revising, reevaluating where her soul is in relationship to her ego. Toto, intuition. Dorothy, biography, story, ego. It's a time in her soul evolution, a very pivotal point. That moment in time, just like this moment in time when you're receiving this reading, this moment in time was a pivotal point in Dorothy's soul evolution to determine how and where she was grounded in relationship to her soul. And the answer that she gave at that time was, no, you don't. I don't care who you are. You are not going to be questioning my intuition. I can do that. Thank you very much. Bye. Now, Akhenaten is in your advice position. And this has to do with you owning that self-inquiry. You owning the work of saying, is it true that I'm not worthy of having the life that I now know I need to reorganize and restructure in a way that serves me now? Not 18 months ago, not 5 years ago, not 2 years ago, not even a month ago. Is it true that I'm not worthy because someone else might be saying that I'm not. This is the scene in The Wizard of Oz when Dorothy returns from her journey and she's greeted at her bedside by Hickory, the farmhand, who asks her, "Do you remember me?" He's not asking her, "Do you remember me working on the farm, Dorothy?" He's asking her, "Do you remember Scarecrow?" That's me. Many times our loved ones appear to be one thing and they're actually another thing. You need to acknowledge that who's ever pissing you off is helping to fulfill your soul contract at this particular time to evolve in your 6th and 7th houses. Virgo, Libra, Moon people. They're helping you. They're helping you evolve. They're helping you to grow. They're helping you to remember who you are and the journey that you're on. We don't always hear that, do we? Well, that's why Great Mother speaks. Just like she spoke to Akhenaten, the first ruler on the planet to institute the worship of the one God. Very unpopular. So much so, he had to move his entire family and consort from Karnak to Armana. He had to create a whole new thing because the priests kicked him out. Now the priests tell us that they are necessary in order for us to connect to our divinity, don't they? And so what we have here with this law card, all law cards are great father cards in the deck. And we see here the single yang. They're yin-yang cards in the 3rd quarter moon, which is release, letting go. The Akhenaten card, which is the law of mystery and divine order, is telling us that at this particular time, it's not important that you understand where your soul is in its evolutionary development, Virgo, Libra, Moon people. It is also dealing with the daily life issues that you are confronting now, be it with your health care, be it with your service to others, be it in how you are actually organizing your daily life. This is an issue for your soul right now, but it is an issue for your soul as it relates to what its mission is through your body. It needs space. It needs room. It needs some energy to facilitate what it came here to do through you. And Akhenaten is coming forward with this yang symbol with the root chakra in the middle to remind us of that. The yang symbol is a circle with an arrow because that is how we incarnate. We come into this world with this yang energy that supplants itself in the planet, Great Mother, the auric field, on and around the time that the father inseminates the mother to ground the soul in the planet. This isn't haphazard. It's for a reason. Do we always know that reason? No. The mystery of life and divine order. It's not about knowing that. It's about knowing that right now, it's important to know that your soul needs space. Let go of some space. Give up some over focus on all this other stuff. Let go. Forgive some of this stuff and refocus it on yourself and what your needs are and how you're going to take care of yourself. That's what your soul wants right now. That's what your soul needs right now. That's what your soul is wanting right now. And it may not be popular with the scribes. Might not be popular with the priest. So you might have to move from Karnak too. Okay? So that's okay. Ain't nothing but a thing. Ain't nothing but a thing. Learning to live in loving detachment. This is what I specialize in my coaching work. supporting people to accept what is with love, detach from the outcome, and to accept the law of mystery and divine order. Does that mean that we're willy-nilly about life? Quite the opposite. See that yang symbol? It's very focused energy. And so as a result of you integrating this and using Great Mother's message as preventative medicine, it's going to allow you to more rapidly process where you are right now, Virgo, Libra, Moon people. You're going to be able to utilize the Jupiterian energy, which is what this nakshatra is in the Aquarius moon and the sidereal. The Aquarius moon and the sidereal is in the nakshatra of Pitta Adrabad. It's very intelligent. It has faith in its ability to overcome things. It's very creative. They make excellent astrologers because they're very good researchers, extremely intelligent because they're able to transform that nervous kind of energy, that kind of Aquarius Pisces energy, into a useful energy. Now, this processing card is a balsamic moon card as well. You had acknowledge in terms of acknowledging the truth of the situation that is no longer working for you. And now you have processing. All the balsamic moon cards spell the acronym ASPIRE because we aspire to live in loving detachment. Those are all the suits of the deck. And so with P, processing, we download during the balsamic moon phase, which is right before the new moon, so that we can get the clarity we need to plant the right seed in moving forward. Now, the seed that you're planting in moving forward has to do with releasing this rage, okay? But it also has to do with that gut chakra again. So the gut chakra is there at the bottom of the balsamic moon there. And really trusting that what you feel is there to inform you, is there to support you, is not there to punish you. That's what the self-inquiry is about. Okay, this is another balsamic moon card. This is the S in Aspire. When you feel that self-judgment, Virgo, Libra, Moon people, it's a signal for you to step back and realize that's a trigger that does set you off into this rage. And what Great Mother wants you to do is to assuage that, and the self-doubt is to be able to act in an empowering way that says, although I might not know exactly what my soul is up to right now, that's not important. My role in this lifetime is to support my soul. And I know that right now I'm triggered and I'm not feeling my divinity. That's my job. My job is to always stay in my divinity, knowing that I'm dearly loved, I'm never judged or condemned, and I'm never left alone. And right now, I'm feeling alone. Angels, help me. Send me something. Send me a message. Tell me something. Okay, I need to do some work with the work. Okay, is it true that I'm not worthy? Is it true that I'm being too wild right now? And I'm going into a dark night, and I'm going to completely reverse the success and the achievements that I've made so far because I don't know how to tell someone that it's time for me to go away. I don't know how to let someone know that I do see you for who you are. We're all here together. And even though I need something else that you might not agree with, I do still care about you. Is it true that I don't have what it takes to take these steps? And it will come back to you, no, that is not true. Everything that you know within yourself is enough for you to begin the process of loving yourself as Great Mother does. This is a new moon card, Virgo, Libra, Moon people. It's the new moon card in the heart chakra when Dorothy meets the scarecrow as she embarks on her yellow brick road journey and asks, which way do I go? And he answers, any way will get you there. Just start. Just start loving yourself a little bit more. Just start giving yourself permission to take a beat and inquire about the condemnation and judgment. Just start. Because any way that you start is going to allow you to assuage the pain from this revelation. That's what's going to refocus you into the reality that it's not about self-doubt, but about self-creation. This is the scene in The Wizard of Oz. This is first quarter moon, second chakra card. The Ankh is the second chakra in the Great Mother Speaks deck. This is when Dorothy meets Professor Marvel on the side of the road, and he gives her a reading. And at this time, he's told her to close her eyes as he shuffles through her picnic basket for something to give him clues about who she is. You don't need clues about who you are. Someone else probably does. Wherever this criticism is coming from, even if it's coming from yourself, you're still questioning yourself. But that's only because there's some fear about making a decision, first quarter moon, to face the challenge and move forward. So by the first quarter moon, I would say that you're going to really begin to come face to face with embracing your intuition and confronting verbally those relationships that may be making you feel ungrounded at this time. But that's what is making you know that the relationships and the situations aren't working for you anymore. That's how you know it. And so now, as you begin to act on this inner wisdom and refocus your energies toward self-inquiry and self-love and accepting the mystery of divine order, just focusing on your divinity to align with your soul purpose, regardless of others' reactions, you're going to find that by the first quarter moon, which is between the new moon and the full moon, in about, a week or so, you're going to be able to really get clearer about what your desires are going forward. You've been kind of avoiding them, but you're going to get clearer about them. And in that process, within the next several months, between now and the fall equinox, you're going to realize that all is well. All is working itself out, and the seed of this lunar season is starting now as we prepare for the spring or fall equinox, depending on where you are. And that full moon illumination of this lunar season is going to align your ego and your soul. All is well. Working with the message that Great Mother has shared with you. Some Pisces new moon wishes that might be very helpful for you in really integrating that and accepting that might be wishes like, I want to consciously and consistently experience the joy of my inner wisdom. I want to find myself fully receptive to my angelic guidance. Wishes like that. You might want to have a wish at the new moon where you say, I want the tendency to question my inner wisdom totally lifted from me. Things like that you want to seed in this new moon season, so that by this first quarter, like a week after that, you'll feel the dissipation of the self-doubt. You'll start feeling a greater and more solid awareness in your second chakra and in your root chakra that kind of refocuses your energy away from the suppressed anger into a place of acknowledging the goodness within you and within all. Okay, those challenges and those gifts, that we all have, knowing that Great Mother loves you, but then that's your greatest challenge, is accepting that Great Mother loves you. It's like, I don't need you to tell me that, but at the same time, what'd you say? Say it again. Final outcome, surrender. This is not giving up. This is not releasing your power to someone else, but allowing your higher power to encourage you and to release a lot of the burden that you're giving yourself that really isn't yours to bear. Akhenaten didn't let them bother him. He went right on, and rebuilt his palace the way he wanted it with his family, and went right on about his business, and went on to have the most famous pharaoh in all of pharaonic history, Tutankhamun. Raised him, and with this teaching. And so it did end up that he became the most remembered pharaoh of all time. That particular lifetime, that particular skull in the ground, yeah, it may have been challenging from the outer world, but when you have the Holy Spirit knowledge that life is greater than this one lifetime, that only comes through surrender. And through that surrender, you do receive all of the help that you need. Remember this scene in The Wizard of Oz is when Dorothy falls asleep in the poppy field, and the Scarecrow and the Tin Man start screaming, "Help! Help!" And Glinda, who symbolizes Great Mother, was right there to assist her immediately. Ask for help. That's all you need to do. You just need to ask for help. You don't need to think that you need to do everything on your own to process everything that's happening for you. You're going through some soul evolutionary processes right now. This Jupiter in your second house is an energy that has to do with your values, what's important to you. And so this, ever since November has been a major theme for you. And so it's come to a point where you're going to have to put up, you're going to have to own what your new values are. And the processing that you have been doing will come to greater clarity in this lunar cycle by the next balsamic moon period, which is right before the next new moon. And you will be able to release a lot of these fears and judgments and things as you work with these energies the way that Great Mother has come through, suggesting that you do today. Thank you so much for watching, listening, and sharing. Remember to let me know, how you're working with these energies, what video resonates with you most, and if you would like your own moon reading to go into more specificity about your particular moon sign house and how a specific issue is being responded to by Great Mother. Remember always and above all, Great Mother loves you, and I do too.